Listen carefully. One of the most confusing experiences a man can have is watching a woman slowly lose interest after he finally opens up emotionally. You start expressing how much you care. You tell her how important she is to you. You begin sharing your fears, your insecurities, and your deepest feelings. And instead of bringing you closer, something strange happens. Her energy changes. Her texts become shorter. She becomes distant. And you start wondering, did I do something wrong? The truth is, you probably did, but not in the way you think. The emotional mistake many men make. Most men were raised with a modern message that sounds good on the surface. Just be emotional. Be completely vulnerable. Tell her everything you feel. So when you meet a woman you genuinely like, you start pouring your heart out. You tell her how special she is. You start seeking reassurance from her. You begin depending on her reactions to feel confident. And slowly, without realizing it, you shift the emotional balance of the relationship. Instead of being the man she can lean on, you become someone leaning on her. And that is when attraction quietly begins to fade. Why women are drawn to emotional strength. Women are naturally drawn to men who feel emotionally stable, not emotionally cold, but emotionally grounded. A woman wants to feel that when life becomes chaotic, the man beside her remains calm. She wants to feel that when challenges appear, you don't collapse under pressure. Deep down, she is subconsciously asking herself one question: is this the kind of man who can lead through difficult moments? When a man constantly seeks emotional validation or becomes overwhelmed by his own feelings, it creates uncertainty. Not because she dislikes emotion, but because she longs for emotional strength. The power of mystery. There is another truth many men never learn. Attraction grows slowly through discovery. When you reveal every thought, every feeling, and every insecurity immediately, you remove the mystery that keeps curiosity alive. Imagine reading a book where the entire plot is revealed in the first chapter. There would be no reason to continue reading. The same thing happens with attraction. The most intriguing people reveal themselves slowly, layer by layer, and that sense of gradual discovery creates fascination. Emotional dependency destroys attraction. Another dangerous pattern appears when a man becomes emotionally dependent. When she texts, you feel great. When she doesn't respond, your mood collapses. Your confidence rises and falls based on her attention. The moment a woman senses that she controls your emotional state, something changes inside her mind. She begins to feel pressure. She begins to feel responsible for your happiness. And attraction cannot survive under that kind of pressure. A woman wants to feel inspired by a man's strength. She does not want to carry his emotional stability. Emotional discipline is real strength. This does not mean a man should suppress his emotions. Real strength is not emotional silence. Real strength is emotional discipline. It means you feel deeply, but you express those emotions with wisdom and timing. Even the Bible speaks about this kind of self-control. Proverbs 16:32 says, "He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that rules his spirit than he that taketh a city." Proverbs 16:32. In other words, a man who masters his emotions is stronger than a warrior who conquers cities. That kind of emotional control creates respect, not only from women, but from everyone around you. The man women respect. The men women respect most share one powerful quality. They are calm. They are grounded. They feel deeply, but they remain composed. Their identity is not controlled by attention. Their confidence does not depend on validation. And that quiet strength makes them incredibly attractive, because people naturally trust someone who is emotionally stable. Final message. So, if a woman has ever pulled away after you showed too much emotion, understand the lesson. It was not your feelings that pushed her away. It was the loss of emotional structure and strength. Learn to feel deeply, but also learn to lead your emotions with discipline. Because the man who masters his emotions becomes a man others respect, trust, and follow. If you want to truly understand the psychology of attraction and learn how to become the kind of man women naturally respect, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel, because here, you're not just learning about women, you're learning how to become a stronger man.